Hi, I'm Matt Morris from Zilker Botanical Garden. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about fall blooming plants that attract beneficial insects. Why am I focusing on fall blooming plants? Well, while there's many different plants that attract beneficial insects, the fall blooming plants may be the most important. Most insects use this time of year to build up fat reserves and store other food for the winter. The fall blooming plants provide nectar and pollen that are essential for these insects to do this. For example, honeybees need to store up large amounts of honey and pollen in order to survive the winter when there are no flowers available for them to use. Monarch butterflies also need to build up fat reserves in order to overwinter. They do this by consuming large amounts of nectar on their migration route to Mexico. Without these fat reserves, the females will not make it back to Texas to lay the next generation of eggs. Beneficial insects are an important element to a healthy garden. They come in two main categories: pollinators and predators. The pollinators include insects like bees, some beetles, and butterflies. These are the insects that help pollinate and help the plants reproduce. The predatory insects include ladybird beetles, green lacewings, assassin bugs, and some ground beetles. These are the insects that prey upon insects that we consider pests. The natural pest control that they offer allows us to reduce or totally eliminate pesticides from our garden, which is a good thing. Plant diversity is very important. You want to try to create an ecosystem in and around your garden that attracts beneficial insects. Think about it this way: your garden is a cafeteria for all sorts of insects. The balance of that system depends on whether you cater to the pest insects or the beneficial insects. Insects tend to have different feeding requirements during the various stages of their development. The diversity of plant material is essential to attracting them. Here are a few things you can do to help increase your diversity. Try to get as many insect attracting plants as possible in and around your garden. Have plants that bloom throughout the season. Have plants that different heights, have different flower colors and different flower shapes. These are all essential when planning out your new ecosystem. For example, fennel. We use the leaves of fennel in some of our cooking, but it's also used by the eastern black swallowtail as a host plant. The fennel flowers also attract beneficial insects. When it goes to seed, we can use the seed in our food as well, but we have to beat the birds to it because they like it too. Another way to increase your diversity is by not cleaning up your yard. Sometimes making your yard look good is bad for the insects. So leave your leaves. Leaf litter can harbor a lot of different insects at all different times of years, but especially during the winter when they use it for shelter. So leave your leaves. At the end of the season, try to leave your spent flower stalks and any other plant that you can, try to leave them intact. There's all sorts of insects that can use these stalks to live in, to shelter in, and to nest in. So here are a few plants that I like that attract beneficial insects and bloom in the fall. From the aster family, I like calendula, marigolds, sunflowers, cosmos, and zinnias. The next one I like is from the borage family, and that's borage. Borage can also be used as a tea, and it can be used as a garnish with the flowers. Carrot family, I like dill, fennel, and parsley. From the mint family, I like African blue basil, anise hyssop, catmint, and Mexican oregano. In this short segment, we've only touched on a few possible options you have to use fall blooming plants to attract beneficial insects. With a little research, you can find out what plants work best for your situation. The sooner you can get these plants incorporated into your garden, the better. So get out there and get your hands dirty.